Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the third episode of the fourth season of My Hero Academia. So it has just dropped today and I've seen the episode. Let me first of all say whatever happened in the episode. I'm gonna recap the episode in a very quick amount of time. So the episode started with where it left off in the previous episode. Izuku was making an expression of All Might to make Sir Night Eye laugh, to make it a humorous joke. But then again, he didn't find it funny because he admired All Might too much and he thought that Izuku is mocking him. Then he got very serious and they went into a long conversation about All Might this, All Might that, an event happened with All Might, and then something like this, centimeters of his wrinkles. Some scenes were unnecessary, I could say that. Till the first 8 minutes, there was a lot of talk, and then after the 8 minutes all the way to 15 minutes we had good amount of action. Those 7 minutes were the best part of the whole episode, where Sir Night Eye says to Izuku that you gotta get this thing from my hand to stamp on your paper if you want to get accepted. This is your test. If you are able to take it from me in the 3 minutes which I'm gonna give you, then you are accepted. Though he said 3 minutes, that's the anime 3 minutes, it actually took 7 minutes. The whole sequence, the whole fight was it wasn't a fight, it was literally take the belts from my hand type of thing, like from Naruto. So all you gotta do is take that thing from his hand and it's over. Even during that fight there was a lot of discussion. He stops at one place, how should I go? What if I experiment this? What if I do this? And then Sir Night Eye of course gives a whole lecture on being hero, being this and that. All Might disappointed him, this and that, in that very short amount of time. And then after that, after the 15 minutes, the last 5-6 minutes were almost nothing. Like Izuku goes back to the dorms and they all talk about who got what invitation. One very interesting part, Fumikage Tokoyami, if I'm right, the Dark Shadow guy, got an invitation from the third highest ranked hero, Hawks. Now that was very interesting, revealing one of the top 3 heroes of all time, and he got an invitation from there. That's a very huge thing. That was an interesting part, seeing a new high ranking hero being mentioned. And then we saw how Katsugo, Bakugo and Shoto Todoroki were like saying to themselves, our gap is very large between us and Izuku, because of course Izuku got the internship from Sir Night Eye, and then again Bakugo was angry for that. So on that note, the episode ended. Just before the episode ended, Sir Night Eye gave Izuku and then 2 more of his sidekicks the mission to do some patrolling and then keep an eye on this new evil organization led by Overhaul, and that they have been a very quiet group so far, but then in the last few weeks he has been assembling some more underground villains or some people, and then they have confirmed that he actually went and met the League of Villains, which could mean more trouble in the upcoming future. So that was happened. Now, if I want to review the episode wasn't very great, as I said. It was more of those episodes that are used completely to introduce a new character, to develop the new character. So you cannot call it an event type episode. It was more of an introductory episode and things happening so far type of episode. What have been happening till now, we're gonna mention in this episode. We got to see Sir Night Eye, his quirk. That was the most interesting part of the episode. We got about a little bit info about his abilities, his fighting style, his quirk and everything. Perhaps that 7 minutes from the 8 till the 15 minute was the best one, and then some good parts of the Hawks being mentioned, and the last 2 minutes of the anime were good. Okay, so we could say that from 8 minutes to 15 was nice, and the last 2 minutes were good. Other than that was unnecessary part, because I mean I can understand this episode was entirely dedicated to Sir Night Eye and figuring out his quirk and abilities and how Izuku is gonna pass through this test. The thing that was lacking in this episode was unpredictability. Okay, so it's quite predictable that no matter what happened, Izuku is gonna get him the internship. One part I thought is gonna be very cool, but that didn't turn out to be. He just literally failed in the 3 minutes. I thought maybe he somehow got his paper. At one point you could see that Izuku grabs a paper, and then I thought maybe that was his paper which he had to get the stamp on, and maybe he went just slightly past Sir Knight. I thought that maybe at that moment he just lightly touched the paper with the stamp. Maybe I thought if that's what they had done in that episode, the episode would have been way good. Like Sir Knight, I would have been legitly impressed, and he would be like, you really deserve to be the successor. But then again, it was the old-fashioned, you know what, I think you're not that useless. I was actually testing you, that's all. So the episode had a lot of predictable places. There wasn't a lot of unpredictability, but overall I could say that this episode was a fine one. But it will be enlightened by the presence of Sir Night Eye in the last 2 minutes of cliffhanging for the next episodes. We have to wait another whole week for that. So far, 4th season has started in a very weak type vibe. I don't know why they are starting the whole new season after such a long wait. The episodes aren't getting good action. The first episode of the 4th season, I mean, I don't even know what was that. It was interesting, you know, I get it, but that's the type of episode that you bring after several good episodes, after a good arc, after a great fight or something like that. Then you bring one of those filler type, not filler, but one of those relaxed, chilly type episodes. You start your whole season by that type of episode. That's not good. So far, my most favorite part in the 4th season was Overhaul meeting League of Villains. A small fight that happened there, the small scene that happened there was the greatest, and Sir Night Eye's ability introduction. So out of 5 stars, I would rate this episode 3 stars, and it is nothing's gonna happen if you just miss this episode. The only big reveal is that Izuku got the internship, which anybody would have predicted, and the only thing that you could get from this episode that you can narrate to someone that all that happened in this episode is that Fumikage Tokoyami got an invitation from the 3rd highest ranking hero, and then Izuku got the internship. Sir Night Eye's abilities are just foresight and just that much. Overall, the episode was fun one. You guys can watch it and watch a lot more anime content that I have in my channel. I did some power ranking of class 1A and individual character power, and also Sir Night Eye's quirk ability, and a little bit of dissection on his quirk. So please like this video, comment, share, and subscribe my channel.